Well, hello, hello. Welcome to Real WW Talk. I'm Candice.
And I'm Rikki.
And Erin is continuing to get better day by day. We miss her so much, but like I said, she'll be joining us soon.
Yes.
But Rikki, it is, I'm not going to say it because
No,
I'm
we
looking at
don't
your
speak those
face,
words yet.
but we are almost to like the middle of August. And I
Oh,
just want to say that my birthday is coming up in a few days, even though, like I
yeah.
said, I celebrate the 1st through the 31st. But
Certainly excited to celebrate you, definitely.
but your mom, the fun fact is that your mom has the exact same birthday as me.
She
So
does. So now that you're in my life, I have to plan two birthday
no
celebrations.
pressure, I'm like, who are you going to spend the day with? Is it going to be me or her? No.
It's a hard one, but you guys can share.
I was thinking about my husband was asking me what did I want to do, and I always think that's the hardest question because
Mhm.
anyone who knows me knows that I prefer, and not because like it's because I just don't know. Like I don't know what I
Mhm.
want to do. I like for other people to plan things and then surprise me
Mhm.
because I don't know if you're a planner. You're a planner.
I
You
am.
know what you like to do.
And I love surprises. I love like even just down to the movies I watch, I'm like staring at people who haven't seen it. Like, okay, the
What do you
surprise is coming. I want to live vicariously through you.
Yeah. Well, he asked me what I wanted to do, and I was like, you know the answer to that. I just want you to wake up and whatever we plan, I promise it'll be fine. Especially since I finished up radiation and everything, I want this to
Woo-woo.
be 5 rounds done. Yay. So
Yay.
now I'm at this phase of having to look at, I think I told you I'm thinking about doing a clinical trial, which is
Hmm.
what I planned to do before this whole DCIS thing kind of came up.
Yeah.
So I've started looking at testing for that, and
Okay.
I think I'm ready for like the doctors. I want to celebrate because I'm
Yeah.
tired of the appointments and the doctors and the needles and all that fun.
Mhm.
So
Sounds like a lot.
yeah, I need the real fun now.
Yes.
But how about you? What are you doing? I mean, other than, preparing for my birthday, what are you doing to celebrate the last of your summer freedom? I'll put it that
Yeah, I am. I got to go to New York and see a show, so that was amazing. It was just
What show did
it,
you see? I
I
want to
saw
know.
Sunset Boulevard. So if you know who Nicole Scherzinger is, she is famous for being in the Pussycat Doll
Mhm.
girl group from the like 2000s, but um, she's really shined on Broadway. She's won a lot of awards for her role, and a lot of times after actresses or actors win Tony Awards, then they move on to other things. And my friend told me she was getting tickets for the show before Nicole was leaving, and we got to see her in that role that she won the Tony for, and it was absolutely incredible. So
Are you the type who like waits outside for everyone to finish all the cast and tries to get autographs are you like, okay, that was great. It's time to go?
I've done it once or twice, but I don't do it regularly because I'm just, I don't want to be in a crowd where people get to pushing and all that. We
Mhm.
ended up at a different stage door where Chris Jackson was supposed to be. And if you know Hamilton, Chris Jackson played George Washington in the original Broadway cast. So,
Mm.
but we didn't see him. So to answer your question, I typically am like, I'll give it a couple minutes if no one's there. That's okay. I'll move on.
And also, I mean, one of the things I like that you do that I want to get back to doing is like you can do a day trip, like where you
Yes.
wanna just go up and back.
Hmm.
It's so nice because
That's
it's like a
exactly
quick change of scenery.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. And then, in the summer it's not as big of a deal, but because, I'm being off as a teacher, but you can do it in the fall too. Got some trips planned in the fall, but one of them is a day trip to New York again. And knowing that I can take a day trip on a Saturday and come back and be in my own bed Saturday night and waking up Sunday, prepare and still prepare for the week, the work week, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I can't wait for the next time to go. Like, there's so many trips.
Mhm.
You're my Broadway person because my husband's like, you can miss me with all of the singing, and he's like, I'm call Rikki, call someone because I'm not going with you. So I said,
I'll be there.
that's fine. I wanted to shout out Vicky in our Real WW Talk Facebook group. If you want to join our Facebook group, just go to Facebook, type in Real WW Talk, answer a few questions, and we'll let you in. But she said, guys, I listened to the podcast and it was great. Wonderful.
Thank you,
I've
Vicki.
just now successfully tracked 25 days straight.
Wow.
I also like the trip down memory lane regarding all the different trackers throughout the years. Remember, we talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
However, Candice, like you, I get too caught up in perfection. Glad to know I'm not the only one working on all the things. Aren't we all
Yes.
working on all the things?
Oh, that's hard.
25, congratulations.
I
I
know.
just restarted my tracking streak because of that. Like I think I told you, I found myself doing the whole wanting to do the whole like let me put in one or two things just to keep the streak. And
Mm,
I want it to be authentic. So I
mhm.
let the streak go
Wow.
because I found myself starting to obsess a little. So I can understand like 25 authentic days of tracking is a big
Mhm.
win.
I'm
Do you
proud of
have that
you.
as a thing?
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes I do still do that with the Peloton.
Mhm.
Like, I will find myself doing something. Like, there's some weeks where I've been like, "Okay, I'm gonna do meditation," but I'd, like, kinda phone it in and then don't fully not to say that meditation isn't a form of, self-care and exercise, but, for me, when I do it, I'm not really getting that into it. I'm just kind of maintaining my streak. So I haven't done that often, but I don't feel great about it when I do.
Oh, what is that? I don't know who I was texting recently about that. Like what is it that the streak, the thing, what does it give us? I still haven't been able to like truly figure that
Mhm.
out. Like what at the core of it, is it like do I feel it's a moral judgment? You
Hmm.
know, if the streak goes away or if I didn't if I let it go, like I haven't been able
Yeah.
to truly grasp why it means so much because I know it's not just you and me. Like
Yeah.
I have seen threads of people who said that they will do tons of and remember when Weight Watchers
Mhm.
had the glitch.
Yeah.
People are like, I mean, not about billing, not about
Mhm.
anything. It was where is my streak? My
Mhm.
streak. I had 5,000 days and now it only says 2
Yeah.
and I'm about to quit the program.
I mean, I think it speaks to confidence and also, I mean, life is can be wonderful and there's a lot to be grateful for, but life is as adulting is hard. So I
Mhm.
feel like when you have something where you know you can be consistent or you can at least appear to be consistent and you can have a big number, it's like my bank account may not be this big, but my streak is, like you can it's a way to I think boost your confidence when you might not be getting wins in other places,
Mhm.
if finances are hard or other things are challenging, it's like, okay, this is where it's control, I think that's
It's the
a
C
huge
word.
part of it. Yeah.
It's that, but I think the thing that concerns me is the impact it has when it's broken. Because
Hmm.
I have experienced it in my life. David, the same thing. We had the streak on our Apple Watch, and the moment that we lost it for something stupid, like I forgot to keep it on long enough to get the stand goal, or I
Mhm.
missed my move goal by like, I don't know, 2 minutes, and
Mhm.
it broke the streak.
Yeah.
And then I didn't care at all. Like
Mhm.
it's that extreme, that all or nothing that just
Yeah.
to me is what makes it a little bit dangerous. Like the levels that we go to and how it can truly mess with your mental health.
Mhm.
Like,
I mean, that's why I have challenges with the step pad. I've shared this a little bit before, but I don't share it too often. But I don't consistently win step pads, and it's
mhm,
harder for me because I feel like, and I won't say it's harder for me than other people. I'm not saying that, but I think when I get into a state of I feel like I can't do this right now, it's
mhm,
hard to physically get up and do the steps that I need to do. And then sometimes in that moment, for me personally, it is easier to say, okay, I guess I'm just out of this. Or if I have hurt my future self by saying, I'm going to just take a rest day in the beginning of the week, and then I have to, maintain the rest of the week. Sometimes if I lose that, there's really no chance that I'm going to keep maintaining
yeah.
my step goals if I've already lost a step at.
And yeah, so I mean, we were going to talk a little bit about something else, but I really want to stay on this topic of like when momentum is broken
Hmm.
because like that is even when we're looking at our week. I mean, I know it is ties a little bit into the all or nothing, but
Mm-hmm.
when you're having a week where you've done really well, or even a day, you start off, you
Mm-hmm.
have a breakfast that you love, you have a lunch that you're proud of, and then you make a choice that you're not, that didn't fit what you felt was this streak of great choices, and
Mm-hmm.
how it, your success is tied to how quickly you can rebound from it.
Mm.
How do we process those emotions? Because I would say that my journey up to this point has been challenged by not being able to figure that out. I
Mm.
still let a slip become a slide. I still beat myself up for the streaks that were gone. I
Mm-hmm.
still harp on what could have been had I not. And I still go to the extreme, like I said, of all or nothing. I'm not moving at all because I'm out of the step bed. I'm not doing any more movement because why? It doesn't matter. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to get on the Peloton anymore because why does it matter? I didn't hit my perfect July or
Mm-hmm.
August goal. Like,
Yeah.
how do we break that?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's so heavily ingrained. I mean, I think another example of, even just forgetting, like I think you said you did that too, forgetting the Apple Watch or the tracker at home and then just saying, I'm not parking far away anymore. I'm not, the rest of this day. I am just gonna park at the closest park. I'm gonna circle the parking lot twice too, because guess what? There's no point in walking anymore.
Right. It's stupid. Yeah.
It like it's a snowball. It's a
Hmm.
snowball effect, and I think it happens so fast. But I think it is because I think we have to look at the expectations we're setting for ourselves, and are they tied to a bunch of different behaviors, or are they tied to what we get because of the behavior?
I was
Like,
going to say, I almost blame these manufacturers and I blame Weight Watchers. No, but I blame these because you get a 5 day streak. You get they send you a little Bravo star.
hmm
Come on. They don't tell you Bravo, you got back on track. Well, maybe they do say
hmm
Bravo, you got back on track. But there's this pop in circumstance when you hit goals, which can be motivating because
hmm
if you're trying to get a streak going, you want to hit those numbers. So at the beginning, it can be great. I just think that the obsessiveness afterwards, and when it's starting to be like where we were, where it's not authentic. Like,
yeah.
I want my journey. I've been looking and saying, when I am obsessed with these things, what does it truly saying about where I am health wise or where I am mentally? Because I'm not able to truly see the things that I am doing that are good because I'm
Mhm.
so focused on, instead of saying, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I lost my tracking streak, but I'm being honest right now.
Mhm.
And I am quickly rebounding. I'm back on track. I didn't track yesterday, or I
Mhm.
didn't track the day before because I forgot, but today's a new day. And okay, the streak is gone, but that doesn't mean
Mhm.
I can't start a new streak. Like, it
Right.
doesn't, and they don't pay you anything for these streaks. That's the
No.
other thing. It's all virtual.
And I think it really does go back to how we tie our own view of ourself to the streak. Like, I am a person who, it's not like, I'm a marathon runner, but I can say I have a 600 week
Yeah.
Peloton streak or whatever it is. And it makes me feel really good about myself because it's something I can say that I attribute to my health, even if my behaviors don't necessarily match. Like, I do have a very long Peloton streak,
Hmm.
and it's a weekly streak. And I love that they do that because it doesn't have to be a daily thing for you to get a streak. And I have not broken it. But again, I like you said, with the unhealthy habits in the past, like, there's sometimes I've maintained the streak by not necessarily exercising, but putting some, meditation on and maintaining it. But it makes me feel like I am doing all the things that I should be doing to be healthy, even though my behavior that week didn't match. I didn't get on the bike that week. I didn't go because I can track when I go for walks. I can track that in the Peloton app, and that counts. I
Hmm.
don't think that's cheating, but I do think the weeks where I'm like, okay, let me just put on this meditation before I go to sleep so I don't lose my streak. I don't think that's helping me.
So, what do you feel? Um, like, if we were to take ourselves there, and don't freak
Mhm.
out on me, but let's say that you woke up and you
Mhm.
opened up the app and you saw that even the weekly streak, Peloton had a glitch and it said it was 0. Like, it was like, welcome, Rikki. Let's start building a streak. Do you feel that it would impact your desire to even show up and start a new one? And if
I think
so,
it could, and I don't know, but I
mhm,
think I'd be very disappointed. I think
mhm,
I'd be because it hasn't ever been broken.
yeah,
It's every week since I've had the bike, I've done something. And again, those weeks that I've done the meditation, there's probably been maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks in the whole time. I've had the bike since 2020.
mhm,
So I've done something bike related, whether it's weights or, and again, with the exception of those few weeks or so. Um, so I'm very proud of that. Like
yeah,
it's a pride thing.
yeah.
So I think it would. I think I would eventually pick myself up and say, you know what, I'm going to start over. But I don't think it would be right away.
And I think that when you're talking about the pride piece, I 100% agree. And I
Mhm.
think that what I'm wondering for all of us is how do we take that and move it from something that's external to
Mhm.
something that's like internal? Like, I'm just so proud of how I bounce back. Like, that's where I feel like for me to get to the next stage of my health journey, like, because
Mhm.
I've done all the things, I think that's going to be very, very key because I've looked externally, whether it be streaks or whatever, to keep me feeling good about what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it always makes me at the whim of something that it feels like it's almost you're setting yourself up for failure
Mhm.
because it's really truly not controllable all the time. It's like you're at the mercy of Peloton, you're at the mercy of Weight Watchers. If they have a glitch, that
Mhm.
it could be gone, like
Yeah.
truly. And
Mhm.
that shouldn't mean that then I'm going to somehow punish me because I no longer can see that I have 1,000-day tracking streak. So today I
Mhm.
won't track. Or
Yeah.
I'm not getting on the bike because it erased my data. Like, I don't
Right.
like the power that it gives outsiders or outside
Mhm.
entities, apps, people to
Mhm.
control how well I treat me.
Because it's an interesting thing. It's like definitely like a psychological thing. Like I'd love
Mhm,
to see a study about something like this. But I think about my reading streak. I have an app that I track my days of reading.
mhm,
And I do get pretty upset with myself if I don't keep that. But it doesn't stop me from reading. Like
mhm.
I'll still pick up a book and read. It doesn't upset me to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to do this. But maybe it's because it doesn't involve something for
Yeah,
me that is as challenging as physical activity. Um, and it's something I do really enjoy. And it's not that I don't enjoy physical activity, but it's not, it's harder when you are overweight and it's still maintained. It continues to be hard for a long time
yeah.
while you're overweight. So I think maybe that's the difference, but I think it's just interesting. Like, have you noticed that there's other things you have streaks with that you're completely unfazed by, like
Yeah,
losing it?
yeah, and like you said, it probably was something that I didn't truly, um it's not that I didn't value the streak as much, but it's
Mhm.
like because I think that certain streaks invoke guilt. Like we talked about pride,
Mhm.
but it's the guilt piece. So like if we're
Mhm.
talking about tracking, which is something I feel like I'm supposed to do, but I may not love doing,
Mhm.
um, the streak represents something that other people would be super proud of.
Yeah.
So if I feel like other people wouldn't, like, I don't know if I feel like my streak of, I don't know, not buying, not buying. I haven't bought any journals in 2 months, like, whatever it is. If it's something that I feel is not as celebrated by others, that I'm less
Mhm.
impacted by how they respond to me keeping the streak or not.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, something health related or something that, because when I say it with a place of pride because
Mhm.
I feel others are proud of me. If I say,
Yeah.
well, if I have a tracking streak of 500 days, like
Mhm.
that people know what that is in the Weight Watchers world, or people know that that takes effort, right?
Uh, yes. I'm chuckling over here because I'm like, can you imagine the difference between going to your doctor and saying, "Hey, I have a tracking streak or I have an
Oh, that's the
exercise
worst.
streak of this," or if you say, "Hey, doctor, my reading streak is."
Yeah, listen here. Let me tell you, I have read every day this
Every
summer,
day.
and they're like, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah.
But you know what I'm noticing is doctors, even with the tracking streaks and stuff, that is another thing that is a
Hmm.
consistent feedback with me. The things I care about,
Mm-hmm.
and I swear other people care about and are judging me for, they're
Mm-hmm.
just not.
Interesting.
So if I'm like, Rikki, think about it. If I'm like, Rikki, I have a 500-day tracking streak, you may say, oh, well, great. Or if
Mm-hmm.
Rikki, I lost the streak, you know, I'm saying it ready for you to go, I cannot believe that. How could you do that? You horrible person. What were you thinking? How could you lose the 5? What you're really thinking is probably, oh, okay.
Right. No
Well, then maybe
biggie.
just start tracking again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal, but in my
No.
mind, everyone's judging me because I don't have self-control. Like, how could you lose it? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's the other reason I used to be the one, oh my gosh, it's making me think of the Weight Watchers in person.
Mm-hmm.
In my book, remember when they used to print out your weigh-ins? Put it
Yeah.
in the book. Like it had to be that every week I had it perfectly lined up. I was one of those people. And if I missed a week, what's the point of the book? Like I can't, or if I had a gain,
Yeah.
I wanted to have a loss every single week. The
Mm-hmm.
gain ruined it. You
Mm-hmm.
ruined my streak of losses. So what's the point of losing weight anymore?
Right.
Let me change my name and go to another center. Like, I mean, I can be extreme though, but
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
we all with things? Like when we're going from tracking to I will not, or I was moving, but now I
Mhm.
lost the step at so I won't move.
Yeah.
That to me is it's that's an extreme response.
And I think, with you asking why earlier, this all sounds like learned behavior to me. This
Yep.
isn't something that we just woke up knowing how to do. I think about, again, why so many people have had issues with Weight Watchers over the past few years, and not just Weight Watchers, any kind of diet culture,
Mhm.
Jenny, Craig, anything you can imagine is for that reason. Because I think a lot of times, like, remember the commercials? It's like, you can be down this amount of weight in this amount of weeks. And it's like, no one should be guaranteeing that to you because life happens. And if you're not, it doesn't mean you're not successful. But I think it has been ingrained. So many things that we have, so many weight loss products and things are geared around timelines and geared around almost this perfection and this consistency.
Yep.
Lose 2 pounds a week over these 10 weeks if you join our program.
Yeah.
Or if you go to the gym, you're going to lose 6 inches in this area and that area over the course of 6 months. And we're made promises, and then we internalize that because we're human beings
Yep.
as how we're supposed to be able to do it ourselves.
Yeah. And I think that I love that reminder that it's learned behavior because to
Mhm.
me that also means that we can learn something new.
Yes.
And what I wish is that we would decide, and I'm not going to wish it. I am proactively and intentionally making
Mhm.
a change to change what I celebrate. Like
Mhm.
you get a Bravo star because you rebounded after a really hard day. Like
Mhm.
your Bravo star is because you had a really healthy breakfast, the day
Mhm.
after a really hard dinner. Or your Bravo star is that you got up and walked for not to get a streak, but just because it made you feel good. Like I think that as I and maybe all of us try to look for the wins that have nothing to do with streaks or external validation, you can find a win everywhere. I just think that we
Mhm.
need to make that a practice because
Yeah.
that to me is how we get long-term success.
Mhm.
Because this other stuff, as we know, it's fleeting. It's
Yeah.
fleeting. There's gonna be a day that
Mhm.
something happens. It just is, you know?
Yeah.
So that maybe we shouldn't be perfect and look for the middle ground.
Yeah, I think that's so true. I want to share this because it is you might be able to tell I'm on a different screen, but I was thinking back. I did a trauma professional learning with some wonderful colleagues of mine, their school counselor and our school psychologist. We all did this training together. And there was this one slide I was thinking of while you were speaking, and I'm just going to read it to you because it has to do with children, but like thinking about it in our field, teaching behavior. So for a child to learn something new, the child needs it to be repeated 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
For average adults to learn something new, it needs to be repeated 25 times. For a child to unlearn an old behavior and replace it with a new behavior, the new behavior must be repeated and reinforced on average 28 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, like we are hard on ourselves because we feel like I failed at this. I didn't do this right. I'm going to start over again. But it's not as simple as just relearning it that one time and redoing it and saying, okay, I got it this time. I'm good to go. Like we have to keep practicing these skills and practicing, whether it's consistently tracking or consistently winning step bets. I mean, whatever the behavior is we're trying to learn or get better at, it's something that we can't be so hard on ourselves if we fail.
So what I'm hearing you say is that we need a 25-day streak.
Not what I would say.
I'm making no.
Don't
really,
think.
There we go, right? Like, oh my gosh, okay, for 25 days, I have to change my mindset. If I
It didn't say perfect. It said reinforce. So it means that I do, let's say I'm tracking 25 days. It didn't say consistently, but I'm also being truthful about it. And I am sharing it with someone who's like, hey, I see that you had vegetables. That's awesome. How was this meal?
Yeah.
That's what I think is the thing. It's not saying 25 days exactly in a row. Perfect.
I love that. And I love the thing that you just said, which is truthful,
Mm-hmm.
And making that, like I said, I want a 25-day average of truthfulness for me that is based on, again, health outcomes internally and externally, that I don't want to give up just based on streaks.
Exactly.
I don't want my health or my wellness to be dependent on other people saying that it's okay because I got a Bravo star or the Peloton app told me so.
Exactly.
I love this conversation. Like I said, because it's so timely, because like I said, I am restarting my tracking streak, and I'm okay with it because it is coming from that honest place. Yeah. So if you're like us and you all are streakaholics and you're trying to revisit that or see how that really fits in your life, let us know.
Yeah.
Rikki, tell them how they can find us.
Yes, there's a number of ways you can catch up with us. If you want to send us an email, shoot us an email at Gmail. We are realwwtalk@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook. Just like Candice said earlier, you can search Real WW Talk there. We're on Instagram as well. Wherever you like to download podcasts, you can find us. Just again, search Real WW Talk. And if you want to see our faces, you can catch us on YouTube.
Yay. Well, we will see you next week. And Rikki, we won't talk about what that will be because I know that school will be here, but we are excited and we want to hear from you. Post, and let us hear from you. And thank you again to everyone who has supported the podcast, all of our supporters, all of our subscribers. You are so appreciated. You can always find information on how to support the podcast in the show notes. So take a look there.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Bye.